Most people believe that to be respected, they must demand it. They think that if they don't strike back, they are weak. But the reality is the opposite. Because when you respond to contempt with immediate fire, you aren't defending your honor. Every time you lose your temper, a piece of your sovereignty dies. You become a puppet in the hands of an amateur provocateur. The Stoic masters did not see disrespect as a wound. They saw it as a test for the inner citadel. Today, I will show you 10 principles to ensure that even when the world throws stones, your spirit remains steadfast marble. 1. Never react instantly. When insulted, your heart races, your jaw tightens. A primal instinct urges you to teach them a lesson. Remember, that is a reflex, not a conscious choice. If you react immediately, you give them exactly what they want, your peace. Instead, take 3 breaths. In those few seconds, tell yourself this is not an attack, but a test of your stillness. That 3-second silence is the loudest declaration of power you can make. 2. Never seek revenge. The second impulse is the desire to see them pay. You might spend all night planning their downfall. But revenge is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Do not let their venom enter your blood. View a disrespectful person like a broken compass. You don't get angry at a compass for pointing the wrong way. You simply stop using it and walk away with calm detachment. 3. Never over-explain. Another trap is the urge to justify yourself. When you say, "You misunderstood me," or "Let me tell you why I'm right," you are pleading for their approval. Over-explaining is a form of weakness. It shows you need them to validate your worth. A person of self-respect does not need to justify their crown. Use the period method. State your boundary once. Then, let the silence do the work. Silence is the shield of your dignity. 4. Never lower your standards to respond. When they use profanity or lies, you'll be tempted to use the same weapons. Be careful. If you wrestle with a pig, you both get dirty, but the pig likes it. Your character is a white silk robe. Do not drag it through the mud just to prove you can fight. Before you speak, ask, would the version of myself I admire most say this? If the answer is no, maintain your high ground like a solid stone pedestal. 5. Never take it personally. Do not let someone else's words become your definition. Contempt is actually a confession from the speaker. When a person curses the sun for being too hot, they don't hurt the sun. They only reveal their own frustration. Those harsh words are a map of their insecurity, not a measure of your value. Label the behavior, not yourself. Say, that is a person in pain, and observe them with compassion instead of anger. 6. Never seek pity. When hurt, our instinct is to run to friends or social media to complain. But remember, excessive seeking of pity is a cheap substitute for respect. When you seek pity, you lock yourself in the cage of a victim. A Stoic is never a victim of circumstance. Instead of venting to the crowd, write it in a private journal. Transform that energy into fuel for your work. Don't let your power leak out for the world to see. 7. Never dwell on the pain. Do not allow that person to live rent-free in your most sacred space. Your mind. Replaying an argument while you eat or lie in bed turns a 5-second insult into a 5-day wound. It is a waste of your greatest asset, time. Every time the thought arises, change your environment. Move your body. Intentionally redirect your attention through disciplined action. 8. Never gossip back. Gossip is a tool of the insecure. It keeps you tethered to the very person you want to leave behind. When someone brings you rumors about your enemy, respond with a void. Say, "I have no opinion on that." Watch how quickly a fire dies when you refuse to give it the oxygen of your attention. 9. Never surrender your peace. The phrase "you make me mad" is a surrender. No one can make you angry unless you allow them. As taught by Epictetus, in essence, if someone can provoke you, they become your master. Never hand over the keys to your emotional kingdom. Reclaim your sovereignty by changing your language. I am experiencing anger because of my own judgment. You are the only one who holds the key to your peace. 10. Never forget your worth. Finally, never let the pressure of contempt make you feel small. Think of a diamond formed under intense conditions. It doesn't become cold just because someone calls it a pebble. Your value is forged by your own discipline and virtue over the years. No tongue in the world has the power to devalue that currency. At the end of each day, count the times you chose virtue over impulse. That is the only bank account that matters. I remember a time when I lived for the opinions of others. I was always tired, always defensive, until I realized that silence is a shield, not a white flag. To master this path, start small. Master the first 3 seconds of every conflict. Once you own those seconds, you will see that insults are just arrows hitting a marble wall. If you are ready to own your soul, comment "unshakable" below as a commitment to yourself. The world will try to break your silence because it reminds them of their own noise. Stay calm, stay detached, stay stoic. Subscribe to keep your edge sharp. I will see you in the next lesson.